What's up YouTube, WK Team DKF. At the conclusion of this video, check out my blog and website. Hit up the underbar, find the links to my webmasters. For those of you all follow me on Facebook, it's WK Dad. We're discussing my Chaos quick draw deck. Here's a little glimpse of it right here. So yeah, if you guys want to get in a little bit more about, know a little bit more about the deck, hit up my Facebook. Thumbs up if you want to see the deck list. Comment on my channel if you want to see the deck list. Trade binder update coming soon. Shout out to Monarch 2500. He's got a couple new videos up. He's been gone for a while, been taking care of some shit, but I think he's back. Shout out to Sharks Fan 20. I know a lot of you guys don't like him. He and I have been cool for a while. He hasn't given me reason to dislike him, so he's going to continue to be my friend, and that's all I got to say about that. So on to the video, guys. All right, let's talk about Titanium. Now, you guys know the big booty bitch is pretty fucking amazing. You contribute one face-up plant you control to negate the activation of a spell, trap, or effect. Monsters effect that targets a card on the field and destroy it. Now, you guys are all familiar with the obvious cards that target: Spark, Icarus, Compulse, yes, Trap Hole targets, Book of Moon, and then your monsters: Chaos, Sork, Murmelo, and Scrap Dragon. Big booty bitch says no to all of them. Says my booty and you can't have it. But I've seen a lot of bad kids not realize other things that Titanium can negate, and I'm going to give you some examples. Alright, so here's a scenario. You just Monster Reborn Titanium, and your Scrap Dragon just popped the Dandelion token, or popped your Raikou, whatever, and attacked to your Dandelion token. You got 2 Dandelion tokens on the field. So you reborn Dandelion, you want to get rid of that damn Scrap Dragon. So from your hand, tribute Chaos token, target Scrap Dragon, your opponent ditches Valor. Bad kids. Valor targets a card on the field. What does Titanium do? She negates the activation of a monster effect that targets cards on the field. So Chaos targets Scrap Dragon, opponent discards Valor. You chain with Titanium, pop your last token, negate Valor, Scrap Dragon's gone, punch for a whole bunch of damage. All thanks to the big booty bitch. Alright, another scenario with Titanium. So we got Titanium and a Dandy token. We're in a Blackwing matchup. We think we're in pretty good position. We're at 3,500 life points. Got the opponent on a rope, and he activates Whirlwind. You're like, okay. Summons Sirocco. Goes to search. For whatever reason, you know, our opponent is top decking. He only had those 2 cards, and being the scrub he is, instead of searching for the Kalute, he searches for the Bora. So he gets Bora and specials Bora. Now, we can be just as scrubby as our opponent and forget a key thing, but we're not. We're better than our opponent. So like a scrub, he uses Sirocco's effect to pump Bora up. And what does Titanium do? Tribute token, negate and destroy Sirocco. Why? Because his effect to pump targets. And I've seen players attempt to do that to me. It happened at the regional that I went to, that I topped at. Sirocco targets. So remember that play. Okay, so looking at cards to target, hopefully you know that Valor targets, and hopefully you know that Army Arm targets. Since they do target cards on the field, you know that Titanium can negate their effects and destroy them. So they try to set up an Army Arm lock on you. Army Arm Colossal, Titanium can kill that. You try to negate your Chaos effect or whatever, Titanium can stop that. But since they target, you got to remember that this little bugger right here doesn't like things to target him. So, and people hate this. I mean, I've been told it's a bad play, but you're going to lose a card anyway. So if they summon Reaper and you got the Veiler, burn the Veiler. And people say, no, you don't want to take a chance. At least you get to pick the card you lose. Okay? I wouldn't burn a Book of Moon on a Reaper because that doesn't do anything because you're going to have to use the Veiler anyway. So burn the Reaper. If you got a chance to make an Armory Arm because that's your only out to the Reaper, make the Armory Arm. Attempt to equip it to the Reaper. The Armory Arm gets destroyed or whatever. I think it gets destroyed. Yeah, it gets destroyed. It goes to equip. It resolves and Reaper effect activates. Reaper dies. This goes to the grave. So yeah, you lose your Armory Arm, the card you made the Armory Arm, but at least the rest of your monsters get the poke. Because I've stalled many a player out because they didn't realize that they could kill my Reaper with Armory Arm. Giving away a secret, but if you were good, you would know this. Not a secret. Alright, the last thing I want to show you guys is a simple one-card answer to saving your Stardust. Usually when you drop Stardust, you're trying to lock up the game, prevent your cards from being destroyed. The basic things you do when you bring out Stardust. So let me just demonstrate a really simple one-card way to save your Stardust. It may not be the best and ideal play for all situations, but if your opponent's sitting on one or two cards and they make the play, that can hurt you, this can definitely be the answer. Alright, so we have our Stardust on the field. Whether we're playing X-Sabers, we're playing Quick Draw, or Formula Monarchs, all these decks run cards that can nuke our Stardust pretty easy. Starting backwards, Formula Monarchs, Enemy Controller, and Soul Exchange. You get the Treeborn Frog to do a little standby phase trick. Standby Frog, tribute for Enemy Controller. MST. MST, targeting their Enemy Controller. You Stardust effect, tribute negate to negate MST. It's off the field. They don't get to take your Stardust, and they can't, do their shenanigans. So if they drop a Monarch, whether Razor or Chaos, they're going to have to put something on the field to use its effect on, or they're going to have to target another monster on your field with the Chaos or Razor's effect. Something else to consider, Book of Moon. And all these are just based on you main deck MST, and it's one of the reasons why I like MST, especially now that it's at 2, because I get to save my Stardust. How often have they booked your Stardust and then Dark Hold? They go to book Stardust, MST, tribute negate. Okay, they Dark Hold the rest of your field. That's okay. But Stardust lives, and I have the chances to come back. You say, well, that sure is a lot of effort to go through, but just think, if they had booked your Stardust and Dark Hold you, you would have lost more. At least now, if they did not have game, you have a chance of coming back. And if they did have game, you would have lost anyway. So, saving your Stardust could very well have been helpful. Same with Cold Wave. Depending on your opponent's hand count, they Cold Wave, maybe 1-2 cards in their hand. You look at your life points, you're like, there's no way they have game with 1 or 2 cards in hands, and they play Cold Wave. They played Cold Wave, 1 or 2 cards in hand, you have Stardust on the field. Best believe your Stardust is going down. So, MST that shit. MST, Cold Wave, fuck it. MST's going to be dead anyway. You can even bluff as though you have Gore, so they Cold Wave you MST, tribute negate. A good player is going to read, okay, why the hell did they do that? They must have Gores. You're just trying to save your Stardust, but let them think you had Gores or whatever. So now they think you have Gores, and you also have Stardust, and they can't do shit about it. Alright, well, I hope these series of plays were helpful. A lot of you guys know all these plays, are familiar with these plays, but I can't tell you how many times, including myself, that these plays are forgotten about, that people just overlook the opportunities to make optimum plays, really basic plays. And this is a refresher course to the people who know it, people who don't know it. This is, just some things that, to think about. There's tons more plays, If I can think of some more, I'll do another installment. But, you know, enjoy these for now. It's Dub K Dad, Team DKF. Remember, Team DKF also has a channel. Check them out and subscribe. I'm out.